Well, so let's have the news. 4 persons said to be closely involved with the lynching of an army officer in the central region town of Diaso were on Tuesday arrested by the Ghana Armed Forces. The 4 men, according to the Chief of Army Staff, have since been handed over to the Central Region Police. The arrest follows their rounding up of over 90 other persons in the town following the gruesome killing of late Captain Maxwell Mahama, who is said to have been mistaken as an armed robber whilst jogging in broad daylight early morning on Monday in a community he had been deployed over the last 3 weeks along with several other officers in an Amte-Galamsey operation. District Commander ASP Oseyedu Ajimang tells Joy News their preliminary investigations indicated the deceased officer engaged in a gun battle with 2 of the town's residents. He narrates the incident as they've gathered so far.
Around 10 a.m., I was in Dinkwao. Then I received several calls that armed robbers have attacked Denchroboasi. So quickly, I called my station officer, Chief Inspector Taeboa, that this is the information I have. So he should mobilize men and quickly move to the scene. Meanwhile, he also called the Denchroboasi Dominasi police to come for assistance. Now, about 1 hour later, my station officer called me that when they go to the scene, the suspected armed robber has been lynched to death by unidentified mob. According to him, they met the body naked with deep multiple cutlass wounds on the head and parts of the body partially bent. So, as for our procedure, we sent the body to Dunkwa Government Hospital, mortuary. Now, when I returned to Diaso, my station officer told me when they were getting ready to go, the assemblyman at Denchroboasi, Honorable William Ban, came and made a report that he received information that there was a man walking along the road coming towards Denchroboasi, and they have seen a pistol hidden at the back of the man, and they suspect him to be one of the armed robbers.
Manhean Interior, who has been in the town, reports that virtually all residents in the community fled for fear they would be brutalized by the military.
For the soldiers storming the Denchroboasi now, and most of the people living in the town, it will take time for police to get the possible witnesses to help us speed up investigation. You know, the Denchroboasi is the scene. Whatever material evidence we shall get it from that scene. Now, soldiers have stormed the place. Possible witnesses have fled. So you can see that investigation is at hot time. So if they will move and allow investigation to go on, I know when they move, the citizens, the inhabitants will come, and then the police can get into contact with possible witnesses to help us continue investigation.
Well, the Chief of Army Staff told Joy News they have no intention to carry out reprisals, even though the murder of the soldier has been a major loss to the service. Major General William Azuri expressed hope that investigations into the tragedy would be fast-tracked so the perpetrators will be brought to book.
A lot of people have the thought that we are coming to do some reprisal attacks in this general area. So one of the things I did was to reassure them that we are not going to carry out reprisal attacks. People should feel free to go about their normal duties if they are not involved in any of these acts. But once we require to get to the bottom of the matter, we require them to give us information, to provide information that will lead to the quick resolution of the matter.
Meanwhile, some security analysts are also bemoaning Systemic failure of state institutions for the increased spate of mob attacks across the country. According to the director of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Dr. Vladimir Ntredanso, the breakdown in prosecution of such matters is to blame. Is calling for a systemic crusade to tighten the laws to ensure the prosecution of perpetrators of such crimes anytime they occur.
Who was detailed to come here on official duty, protecting life and property, only to be lynched by the same community that he's supposed to be protecting. So it is very sad that this should happen to an officer of the Ghana Army and the armed forces at large.
It's not the application of the law alone. It is a systemic problem. Some people were arrested sometime in Asawasi, I remember very well. And the whole thing was such that they said they were arrested because they belong to a certain specific political party. As soon as you introduce such virus, what happens is that prosecution becomes weak.
That's right.
There is a possibility that because of corruption, the necessary charges are not put. And then the Attorney General doesn't have anything to do anymore, and these people are left. In the technicality of the law, they have been let loose, not because the law is weak, but the application of the law has been misdirected. And it's not the fault of those who apply the law, but it's the weakness within the system. That's why I'm calling for a systemic attack, a crusade against this thing, so that they tighten the laws, allow the people who should work to work according to the remit of the Constitution without looking at politics, so that these people that we have arrested, let's make sure that we get them and the law to work too seriously. The laws are there. They may be weak. The application is hampered by politics, by corruption, and by several other things. These are the things we should tackle. Not that the laws are not there. The applicability of the law is there. The application is what runs into some kind of topics. Most of all, politics to start with.
In other stories, the Municipal Chief Executive of Ghana West, Clement Lamte Wilkinson, says the necessary documentation and financial arrangement between the Assembly and the contractor working on the Manhean Road have since been concluded for work to start on the key road linking the town today. The assurance comes a day after residents blocked the main road to protest its deplorable state. The Chief Executive, who toured parts of the road network in the municipality Tuesday afternoon, said but for a last-minute fault detected on the construction machines, work would have since commenced right away.
We promised them from today we are going to do something on it. But as I said, the contractor is fixing his machines so that by this evening or tomorrow morning, they can do something there. For the meantime, you know, they can do something like where we are now. But for the meantime, by 2 months or 3 months, they are going to see a smooth road for 3 months. Then after that, we start the contractor will start the main project. But right now, it's a rainy season. They can't do some major work now. They have to hold on for some time. So they are doing the drainage. Then later on, they'll continue with the main stretch of the road.
So yeah. What kind of road are we looking at?
This is a feeder road, so at least you have to see something like this, right? With a huge quota like this. So we are going to see something.
Yeah. How many kilometers are we looking at?
22 kilometers road from Obeye, Manhean, Insakina, Oduman, Abase, up to Poko, Abrikuma. That is about 22 kilometers of road.
How much is it going to cost to fix it?
I cannot tell you all now, but we are going to work on it.
And before we go, 267 households in some 12 communities in the Tano South district of the Bunafu region are benefiting from the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. That's a LEAP program. And officials say beneficiaries have since received a total of some 211,412 Ghana cedis since the start of the program. Tano South District Director of Social Welfare Department, Samuel Chreme, announced this during an educational forum on the LEAP program at Breme in the Tano South District. Nesta Kafriajuma has sent through this report.
The Educational Forum on the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program was organized by Save Our Environment Foundation, an organization based in Bechem in collaboration with the Brongahafo network of NGOs and financed by OSIWA and the Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative. The forum sought to enlighten people of Bremer and the adjoining communities on LEAP. Director of Social Welfare Department in the Tano South District, Samuel Treme, stated that the educational forum is necessary because most people in the communities are ill-informed about LEAP.
Some of the community members were not there 2015, so they did not get the opportunity to have the education on LEAP. But during payment, when they saw we are paying, that is where people were questioning how were they able to select it. But those who were there understand. But those who came, so we saw it very prudent to embark on another education so that people will know the processes of selecting beneficiaries. So what goes into it and who, the category of people who should be in the stream poor households, so that they will be able to qualify.
Some residents of Bremer and the Tano South District shared their knowledge on the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. Chief Executive Officer of Save Our Environment Foundation, Collins Osei, said information available to the public on LEAP, especially the beneficiary communities, is very limited. Therefore, more work needed to be done. He stressed the need for civil society and the media to get more involved in educating the public on LEAP and other government programs.
We are implementing the project here to let the people get access to information on the LEAP, because a lot of them have the idea that it's about political thing, but LEAP is not on political issues. It's about the livelihood of the people. So once they get the information and they get access to the information, they will be able to assess it and they know who benefit for the LEAP and those who don't benefit. Involvement of CSOs is very, very important, and the media as well, so that a lot of people can get information on the LEAP and then will get access also to the LEAP.
Chief of Bremer, Nanabuachi Yadom Amankwa, appealed to parliaments to speed up passage to the Right to Information Bill to enable people have access to information on government programs. He also asked for the expansion of the LEAP to cover several other communities in the Tano South District.
The minority in Parliament is questioning the exclusion of a number of key ministers from President Akufo-Addo's list of cabinet ministers since announced. This was after the Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay, presented to the House on Tuesday a list of some 19 ministers he says represents the President's cabinet. The list submitted by the Presidency, however, did not have the names of some notable others: Senior Minister Yao Safumafu, Local Government Minister Haji Alima Mahama, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Oseiche Mensabuntu, among others. Minority Chief Whip Muntaka Mubarak says their exclusion was worrying.
It's really surprising that the local government minister, senior minister is not there, and some other relevant ministers, but you have ministers of state rather on the cabinet. I don't know what informed that. And it looks like there are too many people from Eastern region. I don't know what informed that.
So that for you, some of the ministers of state should probably have been taken off, and well, I mean, those other
we are all colleagues, but I thought that looking at local government ministry in particular, the senior minister, I mean, the role that we are all made to understand he will be playing, it's surprising that he doesn't find himself. These two in particular don't find themselves on the list.
Usually that's the argument, that it's just a list that's put out there, but everyone participates in cabinet meetings. Should this really be taken seriously?
It comes with salary, it comes with other conditions of service, it comes with participating at a cabinet sub meeting, it comes with a lot of influence. Believe me, if you know the emolument structure, if you know a number of things, you know that if someone is a cabinet minister and somebody is not a cabinet minister, the weights allotted to them is different. So I'm surprised that at least these two, I know others who are not on it, but you could gloss over it. But to have about 2 ministers of state on it, yet you don't have the senior minister and then the local government minister, was a bit surprising for me. Well, maybe for the government.
And that's it for the news run-up this morning. We have a lot more news. We'll be reviewing the newspapers. But today is another Wednesday, and so we'll be having Sheila Tamaklo and her team put together AM Business for us this morning. Just in case you don't know, we also have our guests who will be coming into the studio. George Lom is a legal practitioner, but also a former member of Parliament for North Dine in the Volta region. And so we'll be having him in the studio alongside his colleague who will be coming in, Boniface Gambela, a former member of Parliament for Nabdam will also be in the studio. So we're having great discussions this morning, and please get interactive. On Facebook, Journeys on TV, it's where you get us. We're also streaming live there. We also have My Joe Online TV, and it's a channel on YouTube. Right now we have to take a break. I'll be joined by Mama Vio Sobwaji as we look at the various newspapers and the online portals.